What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Goodness gracious, the pollen is absolutely unreal. Our Hellcat is absolutely just coated. Look at the roof. Good thing we ceramic coated this bad boy a couple videos back. Washing this guy today is going to be an absolute breeze. As you know, tonight we are taking that Hellcat and driving pretty much it's 18.5 hours from northern Ohio all the way down to almost southern Florida, but Naples, Florida. We are going on a hike. If you guys missed our last video, my goodness, guys, I absolutely love our new bedside decal placement. It looks so sharp. I also want to get the other ones possibly printed today so we can come back to a completed project. Excuse me. I'm gonna have to fill that rock chip in. This is honestly something. We are taking the Hellcat, which driving around town gets me about 9.6 mpg. Driving it like a Hellcat should. But this truck right here just is absolutely incredible. 15.2 miles per gallon. I do everything hand calculated in this truck, documented and written all my mileage, fill-ups, and everything down in a little book I have in here, just to stay on top of everything in this truck, because you know what? The whole life of it, fuel mileage has only gotten better. But after a few recent modifications, I guess recent and past, but I've noticed a lot of them have made my truck act so different. And I'm gonna show you one right here. Watch my current MPG gauge as I'm driving here. Alright, but watch this. Alright, so just fourth gear cruising here. Look at that. That MPG gauge as we're cruising is well over 15, in between 30, going up a slight grade here. All right, now going back onto flat ground. It's absolutely ridiculous. I don't use it as a number to what I'm getting. I use it as how efficient my truck is running at certain speeds. I may be getting 30 mpg in those situations, or I may very well just be getting something average, but it very well shows my truck is running very efficient. I absolutely love it when two people drive right next to each other and they're both going like not the speed limit. Which lane y'all taking? Because I'm about to go around. Oh guys, just in the nick of time, we just dropped off all your guys' orders, so I finally have we're pretty much caught up with all your orders from the giveaway. So I'm going to take all your guys' entries now, send it to a third party. They're going to take care of all of it, and hopefully, within a week, we will have our results. That's exciting. I cannot wait for 2 of you guys to get new wheels, 2 of you guys to get Yeti coolers, and 1 of you to get a nice spiffy mini fridge. Whew, I'm literally sweating because I just ran in because like they close at 5:30, so I'm like, whew, we got it though. Yeah. Time to get back home and finish packing. Guys, I am thoroughly amazed with this truck. It's so funny because Ram claims themselves as the most loyal customer base of all the 3 brands. And that's honestly the truth. I'm not here for Ram. I don't know why I have this. This is not like a Ram commercial, but I can see why. Once you have one, you will never not own one. I know a lot of people who had Rams, like, I'm gonna try something else, got themselves a Denali, and ended up back with a Ram. No BS, I'm literally telling you, I drove this thing to Daytona, got over 16 miles a gallon before I did even any of like a lot of these mods, to be honest. I mean, when I went to Daytona, guys, we didn't have the fast lift pump, we didn't have the Banks diff cover. What else did we not have? We didn't have the Banks intercooler up here. We didn't have this guy sucking in all that cold air. Not that this is an MPG modification. We didn't have the Synergy steering on it. Half the time people say, oh, I don't need a diesel truck. I just don't need it. I'll just get a gas truck. Well, I'm gonna tell you, I've had the gas heavy duty trucks. Let me tell you something. Absolutely awful. I will never do that again unless it's getting like some serious horsepower under the hood, which I did plan on this. I do wish it was like a 2500 with the 6.0, and then I'd really beef up the horsepower in that motor and make it an absolute beast. Kind of same concept with gas motors. You put more horsepower under it, your fuel mileage is gonna. However, you beef up the horsepower, you do some like good modifications to your diesel. This thing, like I said, as it sits, got me 16 miles a gallon all the way to Daytona last year. But the best part about this is now, hand calculated, I'm getting about 15.2 miles a gallon just city driving. Just city driving. Obviously, it's got the 6-speed manual trans, which does help out a ton, and a slew of other modifications to get us there. And I'm gonna help you guys out here. A couple things we did. Obviously, you guys know our Banks rear diff cover really improves the flow, getting your gears all lubed up. On their website, you know, they claim for a slight MPG modification, along with a lot of the other modifications on this truck, slight MPG improvement. But every slight little improvement adds up. Under the hood, you guys obviously know our 4-inch Ram air intake. We do have our 3.5-inch boost tubes from Banks as well. And this is the current setup, guys. We got a set of compound turbos sitting in the garage, ARP head studs sitting in the garage. We're gonna have nitro gears on the way. Now over here we have the Wehrli, which is a little dirty, needs a little cleaned, but we have the Wehrli custom fab cold air intake. It's a 4-inch intake, sucking a lot of cold air. Obviously, look at this pre-filter. I do need to clean it because it's quite dirty. But over here, like you see down there, we got the other Banks 3.5-inch boost tube. Now we do have some power and other modifications that I can not really talk about anymore, but I could tell you that these trucks tuned with the Stealth Performance module, emissions compliant, and everything else, you're seeing over 20 MPG stock, 20, 22, 24. I've seen a guy on the forums, just the Stealth Performance module, 26 miles a gallon. Obviously stock tires, because it's just a stock truck. You might have a level on it with stock wheels, but stock truck, 26 miles a gallon with this inline 6 turbo diesel. Once you drive an inline 6, you just can't get out of it, because you know what, just the feeling of like, it feels so different than a V8, and it feels like you just gotta drive one to feel it. And especially when it's tuned, it's probably the best thing ever. Not that this matters, we do have a South Bend 3250 GK dual disc clutch in here. When I do replace it, I don't know how heavy or how much of a Hercules I want to be, but I may swap this to a South Bend triple disc. I mean, this clutch is amazing, but you always want to hold the horsepower, especially us putting those compounds in there, all that boost. I don't know if I'm going to add injectors and stuff down the road, because I'm going to have the head studs in there. I may swap it to a triple disc when that clutch needs replaced, but that clutch is amazing. We got royal purple in the transmission. Same thing with the rear gear oil. Under the hood, we have the recommended Cummins. No, I've got Shell Rotella in there. That's what it is. I've got the Rotella correct weight motor oil in there. Good lubes and, good fluids for your truck do improve mileage again slightly. Up in here, we've got the Fast 165. Wow, with the cat filters, high efficiency filters in there. You can tell the truck absolutely loves it. Now, I could tell you with the Stealth Performance module chip, a FAS, a cold air intake, Banks is working on, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but they're working on 50 state compliant. I believe the boost tube kit and the intercooler kit can go on a stock truck as well. So a lot of people think you got to sit there and, take some parts off your truck to get good mileage. At some points, that very well was true, but nowadays and today's age, a lot of the modifications done to this truck can be done stock. Stock motor, stock everything else, but you could still get the benefits of increased MPG and, that across the board. Stock, these trucks can do, 16, miles a gallon, everything intact. Every little bit helps. Now, here is the gray area. All these modifications, not cheap. So if you want to sit there and put all your money into modifications, make your truck run better, obviously it's going to help the longevity of the truck, how it runs and all of that. So don't think your money's going to waste by you putting it into the modifications and then getting your return on fuel years later. Don't think that, because it's going to help your truck last. It's going to help your truck breathe. It's going to help your truck across the board. So putting all that money into modifications will help your truck just across the board. Help the longevity of your truck. So although you're putting money in it and the money you could put into your fuel tank, it's saving you money down the road, because it's truthfully helping the longevity, life, efficiency, and all of that of your truck. Your motor will thank you. Your fuel system will thank you with, a higher filtration fuel system like the Fast or the AirDog. Look at Fast though. Look at their videos. That AirDog sucks barely any water out of that fuel, and Fast can, like their new titanium series, which I got on this truck, can suck so much water out of that fuel. That's why I went Fast. But every component of your truck will thank you with modifications. Will help, the longevity and the life of your truck. Gas motors too. I mean, there's so much stuff you can do to make them breathe better and just, be more efficient. So don't even think this is just diesel. Diesels are just more efficient in moving its own weight and whatever weight's behind it than a gas motor is. That's just facts. But guys, I'm telling you, I'm thoroughly impressed with this truck. We can get really good fuel mileage, and when I add those compounds and I re-gear this truck back to a stock gearing, with tires this size, there's a very good chance that this truck right here can average about those stock numbers, over 20 miles a gallon, and that's just gonna be incredible. So I hope that helped a couple of you out wondering how I do so good on mileage with a truck this size, tires that big, gearing that stock. And every little modification helps, although they are quite expensive. Those stock parts are made to fit regulations and conform to things, even from factory air boxes and boost tubes and stuff. But all these aftermarket companies improve that, and obviously they make an improvement for a reason. They're not just selling you crap to put on your truck and other things. It helps your truck, helps the longevity of your truck, helps how efficient it is, and your truck will thank you. My buddy who I'm visiting, he also has a house up here that I gotta stop at and obtain some beach chairs. Also need to stop at the store and possibly the car wash. And we're leaving in 1 hour and 40 minutes. This is gonna be tight. Well, not that we have to leave in an hour and 40 minutes, but that was the plan. Alrighty, gonna get a quick wash in and a different touchless wash. I really wanted to do it myself, but as you can tell, just don't have the time. Don't forget the under washes when you pull in. Don't forget that. We're pulling. I feel like this one does disco lights. Dope party. Oh, let's get it. After that, like Twilight Zone experience, I'm gonna run through the dryers, but the thing that stinks, hopefully our ceramic coat kind of just washes everything right off, which it should. Oh yes! Good Lord. Such a lifesaver, that ceramic coat. See, I hate these timed dries because I always like run out of time. I like the ones that dry yourself. I think time's up. Sin number one, but it's too nice out not to have the windows down. Legitimately don't know how many gallons. I think it's either a 12 or 15 gallon tank. And if it gets, hopefully on the highway we can do 20, and that would save us so much time and money. But if it does like 11, like it says it is right now, but I'm also driving like a dick. So that would be us stopping quite often. Frankly, don't want to do that. This car totally just turned right on red, or left on red. Love me some tunnel. Oh, well guys, we got the umbrellas in the back and 6 chairs in the trunk with 2 10s. So guys, I know this is not the usual like install, repping, like wrenching content, but I also want to show you the other side of, like, you know, the automotive life, and just show you that there's more to it than just wrenching. Like just being you through, you know, your vehicles is just the true meaning of all this. So, but we're about to get all packed up and we're gonna take this car 1,800 miles, or no, 1,300, something like that, 18 and a half hours, regardless. I just want to say thank you guys for watching. Don't forget, like I said, every little thing counts MPG wise with your vehicles. Thank you guys for watching. If you haven't been here before, please get on there, click subscribe, shoot this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next video.